What's the biggest mistake you made at your wedding?
Honey, I love you, but said I do.
That was Timothy Bliefnick, who would go on to murder his wife. Timothy and Rebecca married in 2009. Rebecca was a decorated nurse who loved to volunteer and was a proud mother of 3 boys. Timothy worked at Quincy Farm Products in the business development department. In 2019, Timothy appeared with some of his family on the popular show Family Feud.
What's the biggest mistake you made at your wedding?
Honey, I love you, but said I do. Not my mistake. Not my mistake. I love my wife.
And his appearance would take on a whole new meaning after the murder of his wife. Even Steve Harvey is unimpressed by his answer. And he knows something isn't right if Steve Harvey is stumped. Unfortunately, Rebecca and Timothy's relationship slowly deteriorated, and the two split up sometime between 2020 and 2021. Timothy and Rebecca were going through divorce proceedings, and Rebecca started noticing an alarming change in his behavior.
So at a party, my girlfriend told me to stop being an idiot. Just be yourself. I looked at her and said, you better make up your mind.
Timothy would also drastically alter his appearance. The once clean-cut man had grown a goatee with hair past his shoulders. Worried, Rebecca began telling close friends about the changes in Timothy. He had become aggressive and difficult to deal with. Over the course of their separation, Rebecca filed multiple court orders for protection, but it wouldn't matter. Because on February 23rd of 2023, Timothy called his son's school at 11:51 a.m. and told the school secretary to not let the boys walk home after school, which she thought was strange, and her suspicions would prove right. Shortly after that phone call, Timothy would ride a bike to Rebecca's home and break in through a second-story window with a pry bar. Once he found Rebecca, he shot her in close range 14 times using a homemade silencer. And when Rebecca failed to pick up her 3 kids from school, a family member went to her home to check on her, and that's when they found her lifeless body full of bullets. Given how open Rebecca was about her fear with Timothy, it didn't take long for investigators to hone in on Timothy as the main suspect. And now, that Family Feud clip eerily felt like a confession.
Honey, I love you, but said I do.
And on March 1st, police found more than 24 shell casings in the basement of Timothy's home, 8 that matched the gun he used to murder Rebecca. And 13 days later, Timothy Bliefnick was arrested and charged with 2 counts of first-degree murder and home invasion. During the trial, evidence revealed that Timothy had searched the web for a number of topics that would implicate him in the murder of his estranged wife, Rebecca. And on Wednesday, May 31st, after the jury deliberated for just 4 hours,
my parents were robbed of their daughter. And as a parent myself, I cannot imagine a greater torture.
Timothy Bliefnick was found guilty of first-degree murder and home invasion in the shooting of Rebecca Bliefnick. He is scheduled to be sentenced on August 11th of 2023. Rebecca's family has set up a GoFundMe to help care for her 3 children and help with the expenses related to her untimely death. Since the verdict, the family said, "We will move forward by leaning on each other and our faith for healing. We will speak of Becky warmly and often, remembering the way she lived and loved, not the way she died. She will be missed forever and loved always." If you or someone you know is experiencing domestic violence, you can call the National Domestic Violence Hotline at 1-800-799-7233 or go to thehotline.org. All calls are toll-free and confidential. The hotline is available 24/7 in more than 170 languages.